Well, I'm going a little blank, and unlike Marilyn, I try to structure my arguments. I know people tell me I'm not, or I don't know what I'm talking about, but there's kind of a common phrase about something the bill is due, or the wolf is here at the door, whatever. Yeah, I was worried about this for a while, and I actually wondered about this. Now, I'm not giving Scoville any points because you have to hear what he's saying carefully, and you're like, oh. Okay. Well, that doesn't mean I think what people think it means, but let's just give him a chance. And these are his words.
I don't do what she does. You understand? Whatever happened to her in her past, if she's gone through the process and she's paid her dues, then she paid her dues. That's fine. But people that live in glass houses, maybe they shouldn't be whipping stones around.
So what is he talking about? And I'm going to be very careful and clear. Now, as far as I know, this was not a conviction. He said that she was convicted. As far as I know, no. What happened is Marilyn joined a cult, not a Scientology cult, but an extreme religious cult. And as a part of that, they have this extreme interpretation of the Bible. And Marilyn does not deny this, that she did. She committed crimes against children, her children, that she was, to put it mildly, physically aggressive towards them. Trying to use the most nicest PC language we can use. She does not deny this. She straight up admitted it. She did that. She committed crimes against children. And we're being very nice that it's primarily her children. Did she commit other crimes against other children? Don't know, because in another video, again, beyond the video where she did admit her crimes, she admitted this was a very homophobic cult. So did the cult have any crimes against gay people? Did she participate in those crimes? We don't know. Now, Marilyn acknowledges that, yeah, technically what she did was illegal. So she blatantly admits that she did commit crimes. She recognizes these are crimes. She doesn't care. So, again, to be fair to both sides, I don't believe she ever got convicted of those crimes. So, and again, want to be careful with the language. He says, well, if she paid her dues. Technically, she didn't. Now, he's promising he's not going to bring up that criminal record. Right. Well, that's kind of a false promise. For one thing, we don't have anything in terms of the courts, as far as I know. We don't have a court record. So you might not be able to admit this in a court of law anyway. That said, you can see the kind of wink nod technique he's doing. He's saying, I'm not going to do that. Me, Tommy Scoville, I'm not going to do that. Oh, okay. Well, what about your brother? What about relatable race? Oh, well, I just said myself. Well, there you go. Well, yeah, in a court of law, this could actually be used against you that, wait. We're here to assess this case of damages of reputation. Obviously, if outside the courtroom you're babbling over and over again, oh, my enemy, my legal opponent, abuses, again, allegedly, right? I gotta be careful with this YouTube, allegedly has been caught abusing, right? The same thing she's accusing him of, actually, she did the same thing or something very similar, right? Because again, what he got convicted for, and let's be good faith, let me be very good faith, we don't know every single detail. We don't know the whole truth. But I will take for granted that Marilyn is technically guilty of assault. And the law is specific here that she might be guilty of many things, but it's not, quote, whatever the technical term is, illegal sexual contact, right? It's not that kind of crime. It's not good, but it's not that. So good faith, she didn't do that. However, in terms of the generic label, did you commit crimes against children? The answer is yes. Say, okay, well, putting aside the conceptual logical issues, like, well, you can't be upset about crimes against children. You're guilty of the same thing. You don't care. Like, she literally is on camera laughing off what she did, saying, I guess what I did was illegal. Okay. So is she being like a radical feminist? I'm not playing around here. I'm being totally serious, because otherwise, well, he commits a crime against a child. You think that's bad. You commit a crime against a child. You're laughing at that. So I don't understand. And good or bad, he did go to jail for his crime. You did not go to jail for your crime. So how are you the better person? How are you in any position to moralize, much less criticize? I don't know. Marilyn's just like, I really don't care. And apparently her children have forgiven her because they're on camera. They're often laughing. But when they give details about what she did, you're like, that is pretty horrifying. That is pretty horrifying. But Marilyn's just laughing it off. And you can say many things about a person who does those kinds of things and laughs at it. But I don't think you'd call them a good, decent person. But that's just my opinion. But notice the wording is he's saying he will not bring this up and will not get into details on his own channel. Okay, well, if you're in the business long enough on YouTube or just life, you gotta see what he's trying to say. Is that saying, I'm not going to do anything about this, and I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to keep repeating what she herself said. And by the way, she tried to destroy channels for just clipping and quoting her. She's not saying, oh, they were making stuff up or that's a lie. They're just saying, I just don't want people to know this. Right? So why is she doing all these Scoville videos? Oh, well, maybe you know, maybe don't. I'm just going to make sure you do know. Oh, okay. Well, Marilyn, if you're going to put receipts about one person's crime, but your own criminal history, you're going to deliberately try to like laugh it off and say, well, are you going to give details, receipts about that? No, I'm not going to do that. But it involves children. It involved minors. I thought you cared about the minor. I thought you cared about saving children's. Oh, yeah, I was just lying. So you're whipping your audience into a frenzy that Scoville, he is a danger to children. That is an indisputable inference you'd get from these videos. You think, wow, this guy's a real menace. Don't trust him. But with your own criminal record, it's okay. I have ascended. I have redeemed. Marilyn, that makes no sense. I mean, the most we can say is that the criminal record is uh, he's definitely more of a criminal than you are because he has a more extensive criminal record. But I'm not saying where you're going to be able to court of law to say I am totally innocent and I'm good, because his lawyer can still bring this up just as a matter of course, not polemical, not trying to destroy your character. Say, we just want the court to be clear here about where she stands, right? So all he said is, I promise not to do that. He's not saying my lawyer's not going to do that, or my friends aren't going to do it, or Relatable Reese isn't going to do that. But I would imagine the lawyer will file formally, just as a matter of information, to be clear on both sides, to get the record straight. I don't see how a judge is going to deny that. Now, we don't, as far as I know, have an extensive court record here, so I think the judge will just allow the bare minimum, saying, okay, yes, this is an audio video file. We recognize this is a piece of evidence. Okay, right, as a part of an exhibit, right, as long as they can validate it, and we can, this is from her own channel, these are her own words, okay, that will be read into the record. We're done. Okay, she acknowledges, yes, she did these things, fine, whatever. It goes to her character. I would be very curious how Marilyn, under questioning, is going to respond, because those are her words. So, I don't know. And again, I would be honestly cynical that there's something more involved here in this lawsuit. It's not, I think, to intimidate her. I'm going to go against the grain. I don't think it is to intimidate her. I think what Scoville is trying to do is get things read into the record. Because once they're read into the record, when it's a formal legal record, you're going to have a very hard time to get rid of it. Because from now on, that is a legal fact. It's no longer speculation. It's no longer, did she do it? Did she not do it? No, that is now a legal fact. The judge has affirmed, this is a legal fact. You did these things. And that could be very devastating for Marilyn for a long time to come, in my humble opinion.